Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie Eubank and I am the sole proprietor of We Could Be of the West consulting firm. And today we're going to talk about Bossware and its misuse. Now, first of all, many of you are probably wondering what exactly is Bossware, and anyone who's worked remotely, once I explain what it is, will know exactly what I'm talking about as far as this term. Bossware is to describe employee monitoring software used by some employers charged with managing remote workforces. Oftentimes, we see this in the form of software systems that are not designed specifically to monitor productivity, and others that were designed to be used in a short time span to be able to inform managers on how to better uh, increase productivity within a short-term spans for long-term workforce planning, such as being able to see how much extra overtime employees are having to work to get a project done, to see when they need to hire more people, or if there are system issues that they need to address for each different person to make them more productive. It was never intended to Most were never intended to be specifically spyware type of programs, but have evolved since because there is a market for it. What what software systems are used and are they being used properly is a big question. Many companies use specific Bossware systems that were designed for short-term monitoring, as I have said, but also with the remote work boom, they're using these incorrectly and for long-term usage to basically spy on their employees and micromanage, which has been long researched to find that is not good in long-term usage as a management plan or a management method. Other companies use systems such as Microsoft Teams or Skype for Business or Slack. And Microsoft Teams, as an example, will show you away from your computer if you do not have it on your main screen and are constantly swiping your computer mouse over it to show that you are working, or constantly being using it to show you're present. And many managers will use that to document whether or not you were actually on your break or if you were actually working, even when there have been noted occasions where on your phone app of Teams, it'll show that you're there and you're using it, but not show you as being present on the main computer software system of Teams within the same platform for the same organization. And it can be frustrating for those who have to travel a lot for work, or those who utilize Teams as a phone system within their company as well. There are also a number of software systems that are used to quantify productivity in areas where that's a little bit more difficult, and qualitative analysis of performance needs to be utilized, such as those who are doing a lot of research and reading research within their particular position versus a lot of data entry will have less keystrokes. So a system that monitors keystrokes and mouse movements, or have to do a lot of uh, social interaction and emotional labor, can't be monitored accurately using some of these tools, and thus comes out looking as if that person is less productive and contributing less, versus using a qualitative methodology to look at their work and see where their contributions actually are within their organization. So there needs to be a frank conversation about how these software systems are used, or if they should be used. And using these software systems appropriately is a good thing to help do long-term planning within your organization and forecasting. This is a bad thing only when these software systems are used incorrectly, and where there is breakdown in communication about what's actually going on. And why is this a bad thing, you ask? Well, for one, it hurts morale within your organization, which is a organism in itself within the business lexicon. This creates mistrust between leadership and teams. It's where you get this concept of leaders feeling like they need to watch you or babysit their employees versus putting the trust in their employees to actually get their work done and having their employees' work speak for them. It also makes it harder for both employees and leaders to establish healthy boundaries. It can also create a revolving door within a company. If employees are being so heavily monitored in their own home as an invasion of privacy by one organization, they know they can go to another who will pay them more, keep them remote, and not spy on them. It also can be misused and create huge HR issues and wrongful termination lawsuits. So there is room for argument on more guidelines as far as how companies utilize these software systems. There's also room for argument on companies and the business world entirely rethinking productivity. According to a recent Inc.com article by Melanie Curtin, in an 8-hour workday, approximately only 3 hours of that whole 8-hour workday are actually productive, which is why we're seeing an increase in remote workers having multiple jobs at the same time during and constantly complaining that I have a job that's supposed to be a 9 to 5, even though remote, but they only give me about 2 to 3 hours worth of work to actually do because I'm more productive at home. There are times when, especially working from home, I am done by lunchtime and I'm just seeking around for more projects to do and more to do. And it really needs to be reevaluated by organizations if this 8-hour paradigm is necessary or if we should pay per the actual productivity and what the productivity itself is worth and focus less on the clock and more on the work. Leadership oftentimes also forgets, and employees also forget this too, unfortunately, because of bad workplace culture, either in person or remote, that breaks and vacations are a good thing. These breaks and vacations, they are great tools for cleansing your mind and bringing more creativity into the workplace. And we are an ideas-based economy. We need fresh ideas. So inundating and overworking our teams hurts our company in the long run. It might have short-term, quick turnover as far as products, but hurts an organization in the long term. I hope you found all this interesting. And if you're interested, at Wicked Bee of the West, we design training and training materials for helping companies better develop the new type of leaders that are actually productive in the remote workplace and the development of remote teams, because remote is here to stay. And if you're interested, like and subscribe. You can also check me out on my other social media and my blog, including my research for my doctoral dissertation blog as well. So there's more information on that in the bio as well. And in case you're interested, here are the citations for the research that was done in the creation of this particular vlog post. So any questions, feel free to hit me up. And again, like and subscribe, and sharing's caring. You guys have a happy New Year's. Bye for now.